Well, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to 6 figures and beyond. Ow! So today I want to talk about your first contract. That's right, your first contract. So what makes someone win a contract very, very easily and someone doesn't? What did I do when I won my first contract? Well, my first contract was a micro purchase. I love micro purchases. Several reasons why. So in this video, I am going to talk about micro purchases, simplified acquisition procedure, when you're looking at doing a sources SAP, which is one of my favorite, and when you're looking at doing a sole source. Why do I like micro purchases so much? Well, one of the reasons is because it's easy. That's right. Very few things in this government process is easy. And micro purchases are one of those. So what I did was I did a micro purchase when I was in Orlando, Florida, for walking along and picking up trash on the toll booth area. I saw someone doing it. I inquired about it. It was a state contract for the government. Went in, signed up for it. In Florida, it was my marketplace. My marketplace, my Florida marketplace. I think that's what it was. Signed up. I think that's still active now. And I ended up getting these little bids on the, as far as procurement. I got the bids and voila, boom, boom, boom. I ended up filling out the paperwork, found the previous bid, won, and it was a small micro purchase. Now, the thing I liked about when they did the toll booth is a lot of those were on micro purchases because they were under 10K. And since it was just little old me, I did the middleman where I found someone to do the work. And I did that myself. So I did the micro purchase, the very first one. So they asked me, did I take government credit cards? Now, when I was in the military, we would go to various places, use a government vehicle, and stop and get gas with the government P card. Little did I know, fast forward, that I would be doing that now. So I did my very first government contract was a micro purchase in Orlando, Florida, doing the toll booths. Once I did that, they then allowed me to continue to do it. So a micro purchase could be something that you continue to do. Doesn't have to be a one and done. So instead of them doing a regular paying me for ACH deposit, we kept it on the micro purchase and I continued to do it because it was under 10K. I simply accepted government credit cards. And this happens a lot with FEMA. I talk a lot about doing micro purchases with FEMA. Then I did another one, kept that one, got another one. So now I've gotten 2. Because a lot of times when you're looking at doing contracts, you can't start out doing a milli. Oh yeah, we love to do $1 million contract right from the break. But normally they're going to ask for similar contracts. Most of them are going to ask for a similar contract. Unless you start very small, which is like a micro purchase, or my favorite simplified acquisition procedure. Now with the micro purchase, I did one and I did another. I ended up doing like $30,000, $40,000 in micro purchases. Some were a one-time project, and there were a lot of them that were repeat projects. That's the way they paid me, was through the micro purchase process. I needed to have a way to accept merchant accounts. I had a merchant account where I was able to accept credit cards. Check. If you've got that, you're on your way. Now, if I were you, they're usually easier with your state. So I did a micro purchase with my state. Check out your state procurement. Just Google your state, put in procurement, find out what your procurement is. They'll start sending you free bids. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, you're hopping along doing a micro purchase. Okay, what's my next one? Simplified acquisition procedure. A lot of those I found 250 and under. I found a lot of those by going on to acquisition.gov. What's that? That is upcoming. So I went on there, did a little research, found one of the agencies that did what I was doing, which was at the time Facility Support Services. When I did that, I did staffing. I found a staffing contract, connected with found it on acquisition.gov. Didn't actually find the contract, but I found one was coming out. And then I went on and found the contract, connected through LinkedIn with the specialists in the small business programs on LinkedIn, one of my favorite places for finding government key players. Built the relationship. I look to give before I'm looking to get. So I start talking about what value I could add. I had my what? Signature system. That's that thing that I talk about all the time with my students. Something that makes you different. Something that makes you stand out. Then I was able to win that Simplified Acquisition Procedure. And I get people ask me all the time, is there one place where you can find all of the Simplified Acquisition Procedures? And the answer is kind of yes and no. There are certain agencies that do SAP more than any other. So you can start Googling and finding some agencies that do more Simplified Acquisition Procedures and micro-purchases than others. I know Department of Homeland Security is one. USDA is another one. Your state, very, very good for state, local, county areas do a lot of micro-purchases. And yes, you can do a micro-purchase on the federal level and on the state level because I did it. Now, let's look at Sources Sod. So Sources Sod is one of my favorite. I've done a check out one of my other videos. I walked you completely through Sources Sod. When you go in, it's not an actual solicitation, which is what I love. They're like seeking on SAM for someone to do this particular, they call it Sources Sod. So they're kind of doing marketing, but that's the way they get to know you. They get to know you by what you fill out and what you put in when it comes to that. So do not be afraid of Sources Sod. Another one of my favorite is Sole Source. Now, I did a Sole Source because they said I was the only one that could do that particular elevator job. It was a little bit involved. I did a construction job in Daytona, Florida. So I won some Sources Sod. Why? Because I was already there. I was already on the facility doing previous work, had not completed that contract. Something else came up that they needed. Boom, bam, because we're already there. They could justify, because with a sole source, you want to justify why they had to use us. Depending on the agency, they can go up to millions of dollars. So these are the 4 things that I've talked about that you can do to win a contract today, tomorrow, tonight, whenever you look at this video. Love it, love it, love it, because these are things that actually work. So check on those micro purchases. Don't be afraid to do some research. Check on Simplified Acquisition Procedure. One of the agencies that really works well with small companies like our Department of Homeland Security, check under their budget for the year, see what they're spending money on, visit their website, get to know them. One of the reasons why you might not be found is because you're not attracting them. You want to attract them by making sure that you're attractive. By things they're looking for, you can actually look at solving for them. Now, if you'd like to know more, then this is what you can do. Make sure you click the link below and come to my weekly free, what I call GovCon Lunch and Learn. Each week, I do something different. I tell you about a different agency, how to work with them, real things, step by step on what you need to do, how to figure out the verbiage, the keywords, how to be visible, how to be attractive, how to follow up, how to use LinkedIn, all of this. And each week I teach you something different. So if you were there the week before, guess what? You can come back again this week. Every Wednesday, 12 noon, click the link to register. I look forward to you being there. Until next time, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.